The other human side, as I alluded to it in my talk, is that there's stuff that happened to you in that period after they caught you. The third time they went out, they got caught. And so they want to talk to you, and they're very upset. Dennis in particular, the guy.
Oh, yeah.
So they want to talk to you, and then a whole series of really bad things start happening. Share with us a little bit about what that period was like, because it's hard to convey it, and that it was really going on, but it was real.
Yeah, it was well, I guess it started when we got caught, when we got caught that time. I can't quite remember which time that happened, but, we had gone out, again, with the test flight data 2 times and been there on Wednesday nights, and Gene Huff, and we had an ever-increasing amount of people that we began to trust to go out there, and which was getting really ridiculous. I think we even brought a motorhome out there, and we're parked out on the road because
nothing.
No, once you start getting away with something, you get a little cocky and thinking, boy, they can't see us. And so we're out there, and Gene and I kind of joke around sometimes and say stupid stuff, pretending that someone's out there listening. So we're sitting out there on the dirt road. The test flight time is coming up. We're sitting, leaning on the front of the car, and Gene says something to the effect is, well, I hope out there they don't realize that we've got those other 150, team members out back with, automatic weapons and everything, and they're getting ready to storm the base. And I said, they can't possibly know about all those guys, And so right after we said that, now it's pitch black, you can't see your hand in front of your face. Not 50 feet in front of us, you saw a little green thing fall on the ground and roll to us. And they're both sitting there, what? And as it turned out, there were a whole bunch of guys standing there in the dark watching us through night vision scopes, and after I said that, a guy dropped one and it rolled over to us. So they turn on, turn on the lights, okay, everybody come with us, and
And I had told the story about the break-in, the car. I mean, I remember going to your house after a break-in, and you had the Uzi out, and you're ready to shoot somebody, and then the break-in at the car at the gym. That stuff really happened. It was really going on.
Oh, yeah, that was with Mario, the guy who's a truck driver now. He was going to, we were just working out at a local gym near us, and I was at this was at probably the highest paranoia stage, and I had an Uzi in the front, and, Mario and I got to the place, and I said, okay, it's loaded here, we're safe to go outside, and we open the car doors, we close them, and we may even make a joke about it. We lock the doors, we try and open them, okay, the car's secure, we go in there, and, joking, you think we'll be safe for half an hour? And, yeah, I think we can do it. And we come walking out, there's all the doors, the trunk's open, the Uzi's laying out there, and my wallet, and we just looked at each other, this is impossible, but that happened. Mario tells that story probably every day.
You, at some point, you decided to talk to me. We did that interview in Silhouette.
I can't quite remember how that happened. There was just too much going on, but yeah, I know at some point, that was really, again, Lear was making a big deal. He started naming off the people that he knew that suddenly disappeared, and he said, unless you talk to this guy, George Knapp, and if you go out on the air, they'll be afraid to talk to you. I said, John, they're not afraid to do anything, but I called you anyway, or he did.
And then it kind of hits the fan. They're really mad at him, and then that's when a lot of really bad stuff started happening. And then we decided to record an interview just for safekeeping in case something happened to him. So it was a couple of hours on tape, and I, under the condition that I wouldn't use that until Bob said okay. And it was 8 months. 8 months until we got the okay, and I worked on him every day to talk him into allowing me to use it and tell the story, assuming he was still alive. And on the day that we were ready to broadcast it, it was part 6 of a 9-part report. Bob suddenly changes his mind and grabs the videotape.
Well, because you were going to say who I was, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting ready to identify him. We're 10 minutes from going on the air. We're wrestling over the tape. As a UFO profiteer and messiah coming forward and making up stories, he was a very reluctant witness, I can tell you. You regret it. I mean, we heard a little bit of it. At times, you certainly regret it. Because it certainly has changed your life. I mean, it's changed you.
Yeah, it has.
It's not good. This is not
No,
good.
I mean, that's what's kind of entertaining to me. People, they come, oh, you made up some story. I bet you're making all kinds of money. I'm like, where? I want my cut. But no, to be honest, I did have the opportunity. I mean, New Line Studios in Columbia, when they heard all this, I mean, the president of Columbia Pictures came down and, you were there, right? Yeah. And, he said, we're doing this, and, and they started giving me screenplays, and no, it was the James Bond movie. They had me running over the tops of cars. It's like, look, either you tell the story how it happened, or leave me out and just make up a UFO story, but you can't, it has to be exactly what happened. And so it was just constantly everything being turned down, and it's like, you know what, we're not doing it.
I had mentioned before about me going out and doing presentations about you, and one of the things I always said is like, look, Bob doesn't show up at UFO events. He's not cashing in on it. There's nothing wrong with those who do. If you can make some money at it, more power to you, because it fuels the research. But you've never done that before. That's not the case anymore. Why did you decide to come here?
Well, I really didn't. You
are here.
Yeah, I know, I'm here, but now I know a lot of people mentioned, look, there's this big UFO, and I've never been to a UFO convention. I mean, I thought they were like Star Trek conventions, people walking around with antennas and stuff. But, I didn't want to have any part of that, and, so the people that arranged this, and no, this is the class thing, just come down, it's 25 years, once in your life, just say something, and well, everything I've said has already been said either on the internet, and why would anyone even care to just hear it again? So I finally just said, okay, fine, just to stop you from hassling me. Well, but wait. But it really didn't end there, and that was just a moment of weakness. And then and one of the reasons why was because it was like 2 or 3 months away. So I just, February, fine, whatever you want to do, and then anyway, a few weeks went by, and it kind of hit me that one day that date's going to come around, and so I was more than that. Maybe it was 3 or 4 weeks or something like that. So anyway, I called them back here and I said, no, I'm really thinking about not doing that, and I'm sorry. And I told my wife and George, and and I really didn't realize there were this many people that were interested, and they said, you can't back out. We've been advertising. There's going to be a lot of people here, and and I said, you've got 15 or 50 speakers or something. It's just one less that's going to be here. But
seriously, you don't understand that people are so interested in seeing you and hearing from you. It doesn't register?
Well, no, but I appreciate that. I do. But I mean, and that they made that clear. Aside from the fact that they'd sue me if I didn't. So I said
in a nice way.
Yeah.
In a nice way.
So I will go. So I am here.
Well, the fact that you said that you would do it because I keep pestering you, I take that as a
no, and also I did, I did give him my word. I do it, and it's not like I'm,
it's
too bad.
It's cool, and then I told you it'd be great. It'd be cool.
Well, no problem.
When you heard the presentation about how far this story has traveled, how many industries and businesses it has launched. The extraterrestrial highway, that's from you. The Las Vegas 51's baseball team.
Yeah, people jumped capitalizing on it really, really quickly.
It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, when you see Area 51 mentioned in movies, in some Tom Hanks movie, or Independence Day or something, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, I guess it's it's hard for me to grasp. It's almost I don't know how to describe it.
So the experience here so far has been pretty good for you. Might you do it again, or might you open up a little bit, or?
Oh, but there's nothing else. That's the whole story, you know.
But you just told me you got a list of names that you haven't given me yet. So.
No, I mean, look, believe me, I could really make it easy to verify a bunch of things, and I do not want to do that at all. I really would prefer people don't buy the story, because it makes, look, my day-to-day life has nothing to do with UFOs, and being the UFO guy is a big problem. It's hard to get contracts and be, you know, taken seriously, and I don't want, the last thing I want is, you know, a movie coming out or something like that. It would be a catastrophe.
Well, it'd be a great movie if they made it right.
Well, I don't know. You know,
it was amazing. A couple years ago, there's the story about this Russian spy that was killed by use of polonium. And so
oh yeah, they called me right away.
National Network people want to do a story. Let's see, where can we get polonium? And they find online, oh, here's a guy who sells it. It's Bob Lazar.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, they were at the house the first day. But
do you get stopped? I mean, you got people stop you on the road? I know you get emails and phone calls.
Well, emails, you know, people asking, you know, questions that, you know, that really aren't up on, you know, the topic at all. It said, you know, has anyone tried to, you know, duplicate one of the crafts? Well, you know, that was the whole aim of the project there. But you know, they're just hearing that there's a guy that might have worked on flying saucers, and, you know, this is his email address. But by the way, I'm not on Facebook. There are these guys that pretend to be me, and I keep getting these emails. Hey, thanks for friending me on Facebook. What are you talking about?
Well, I think this is our time. We're up. I've been asking questions submitted by folks, including in this, and you know, I think that people are just excited to hear it directly from you tell the story. And again, I certainly understand why people would have a hard time believing it, but
I do too.
It's true.
I do too. Yeah, it really is. It really is.
It really happened.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that way. Thank you.
I want to thank you all for coming. Hope you enjoyed the conversation with Bob, and maybe I can pester him into doing this again sometime.
I don't know. Thank you very much. Thank you.